Good afternoon, guys. How you guys doing?
How's it going?
Good.
Tom, in the third quarter, in the last 5 games, you guys have been outscored 34-18, 21-0 in the last 2 games. What's happening after halftime or in the third quarter to not have any points on the board? What's happening on offense?
Yeah, it's a Coach talked about it today. Playing 4 quarters of football, and we just haven't put four good quarters together, and it's frustrating because we're not. In order to win games, you got to play well consistently throughout the game. We just haven't done that. So it's tough getting up here every week, figuring out how to, not be overly disappointed in what we're doing, but we're fighting hard and we're going to try to make it better.
Tom, this was a long weekend. Guys had a chance to get a little healthier, had a chance for a little self-scouting and look at what you're doing. Do you kind of see this as maybe a chance for a reboot or a reset for the season?
Yeah, I mean we're right in the middle of the year. It's you're in the thick of the fight, and it just has not. We just haven't played well enough to get our record to a point where we can be super excited about where we're at. So we have a lot of football left, and we got to do a better job. And I think the only thing you think about is, what did we work on today? Did we improve it? What are we going to work on tomorrow? How are we going to improve that? And then prepare yourself for a game and then go out and play well. So. It's not, there's a lot of football to play, and we've got to play better. That's just the reality of the situation we're in.
Tom, in your first year here, there was a stretch, I think it was in November, where you guys lost 3 out of 4, and things weren't going well, but you kind of sat down and got together with Bruce and Byron and kind of mapped out what needed to be changed.
Yeah.
And you guys took off from there.
Yeah.
Have you gotten to that point yet?
Yeah, I think we talk about it all the time, and I think we have a great relationship with everybody to, talk about kind of where we're at and what we think we need to do better. I think everything kind of speaks for itself. Slow starts. We've had opportunities to make 2-point plays. We haven't been good 3rd and 1. We haven't been great in the red area. 3rd and longs haven't been great. We haven't been running the ball good. I mean, there's a lot of reasons why, things go well and why they don't go well. So every play feels like, when you're in the situation we're in, every play feels like it's critical, That's the tough part. You don't feel like there's a lot of margin of error, and that's why it's a tough sport, and we got to fight through it. There's no other way to it. It's not like it gets easier. It's not like it gets any less competitive. No one feels sorry for us, nor should they. They're trying to win those games. We're trying to win them, and we just haven't done a good job the last 6 weeks doing that.
Tom, to your point on that, when things feel critical because they start to mount. So, for example, like the short yardage plays, right? Like if it's going well, you don't think as much about it. Right?
Yeah.
I would assume. So when you get in situations like that where that pressure mounts because it hasn't been the result you want, I guess what can you do to like alleviate a normal 3rd and 1 feeling like that this is like a huge ordeal? Yeah,
and I know we talked last week about us doing a good job executing, and that's what it comes down to. Our great players need to go out and execute well. The guys that are in there their first year or two, Rashad or Nick or Hainsey, Cade, Coe. It's hard to put too much on those guys. That's the reality. They're getting used to playing. They haven't played a lot of football. So the guys that have played a lot of football, we got to do a better job. And that's part of what leadership's all about. And it's pushing people in practice, and it's trying to get a bigger sense of urgency. When everything's going well, it's things it feels really good and easy. And when they don't go well, it feels really hard, and it feels like a challenge. So I think the point is you either back down to the challenge or you step up to the challenge. And the fact that we're in this situation, hopefully you can look at it at the end of the year when all the games have played out and you realize, all right, we dug really deep. We learned a lot about ourselves, and we tried to figure these things out, and we battled through them, because it doesn't always go the way that you want. It's the reality of this sport. So just keep fighting as hard as you can. You believe in your teammates. You communicate. You try to make it better, and that's what you work at every day.
Jason said that during the Super Bowl that you were texting his phone, blowing up his phone with observations from the game, and said to his wife Blair, the fire's not out, like he's really into this game. Just getting another shot at an opponent like this, how much did that play a role in you coming back?
Yeah, a lot. I mean, I think it's a good football team, and it's a team that we haven't played very well against the last couple years. So, they run a good program. They got good players. They play well. They play well under pressure. A lot of guys step up for them. They got some of the elite players in the NFL, and it's good competition. And we've had that. We just haven't matched it. We haven't played against other teams, and we just haven't got off to a good start. So when you don't get off to a good start, you pump a lot of air into their to their belief that they can, this is their day, and sure enough, it ends up being their day. I think the reality is when you play teams that you feel like you're better than, you got to make plays early, and you got to get a lead, and you got to play from a lead. We haven't done very much of that. And then when you get a lead, as you allude to in the third quarter, you got to stay with it, and you got to execute. So, our execution has not been good. If it's been good, we wouldn't be talking about all these things no matter what situation we're in. It all comes back to us not the fundamentals of the sport: throwing, catching, running, blocking, making people miss, them, keeping, shedding blocks, making tackles, rushing the quarterback, winning your matchups. Everyone can win their individual matchup, and we just, obviously, based on our record, have not done a very good job of that.
Tom, with that being said, the way the NFC South is, and I think you said it on Monday night, you're in it. You still have everything in front of you. Do the guys realize this? Is it something for you to even say? You're saying like there's young guys there that you're very fortunate to be in this situation right now?
I think that, if 8 games, whatever, you could be 7-1 and be 1 game out. You could be the record we're at. But the reality is we got to 3-5. There's a reason why we're 3-5. You got to fix the reasons why you're 3-5. It's 1 game, but it's not like we have a huge margin of error when we take the field. We don't. So we got to make the plays that are winning plays. And there's winning plays and there's losing plays. There's winning football. There's losing football. And we just haven't got over we haven't been on the right side of winning very much this year.
I know the only number you care about is the number of wins for a team.
Absolutely.
But there's a pretty good chance, Tom, that sometime on Sunday you're going to go over 100,000 passing yards. 100,000. Can you wrap your mind around that number?
I think for me it's a credit to all the guys that I played with and who have blocked for me, who have caught passes, and I think all those things are a great celebration to all those guys. I can't do shit in this league without guys doing what they are amazing at too. So very fortunate to play with great players, people who catch the football, great coaches, and being down here has been an amazing experience for me. Playing with Mike and Chris, that's why I came here, because they guys like that, and playing with Gronk all those years, and obviously I can name every player that I played with, and how meaningful they are to my life, and what they've contributed in terms of the memories that I have from this sport. So I feel like these are all they're great achievements, but for as much as people want to say, this is what Tom Brady did, in my mind, this is what myself and all these other people that have contributed to my life have done as well too.
If I told you that number in 2000 when you came into the league, Tom, you would have said I was crazy. Right?
I think everybody would have said we're crazy, including me. The fact that I'm still playing 23 years in is pretty, it's something I love to do, and I've, always enjoyed playing in the competition of the sport. So, it's kind of all these kind of lifetime achievement awards, they're great to celebrate with everyone. One day I'll look back and think that it was pretty cool, although my kids probably won't care at all, but that's all right. It's credit to all the people that I played with. Thank you.
Have you reminded Mike not to give the ball away?
Huh?
Have you reminded Mike not to give the ball away?
Put out an APB or something like that for all the offensive guys. Those things are. I'll probably keep my jersey, but I've been keeping more of those lately. But whatever happens, happens. That's just football.
Tom, it's not often that we have to ask questions like this, but just what did the last few days, the last few weeks been like for you? I know a lot of the fans that have supported you all these years, they feel like they know you. They want to know if you're okay.
It's a very generic question, Jenna. It's a very generic question. I said the other day, I wrote something on my social media. It's I've always tried to do the best I could do here, and then when I leave here, I try to do the best I could do, and that's what we all try to do. I'm sure everyone sitting in this room, everyone sitting home is trying to wake up every day doing the best they could do for their families and their career, and I'm no different. So just do the best you could do every day. That's what we certainly try to do. So thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Tom.